Borders can be used to group certain sections of information and separate them from other areas in the workbook. They can also be used to indicate certain formulas in certain cells. It's really common to see top borders used on cells that total the rows above them, and this can help a user see that these might be our data, and then this is the row that just totals them. You can also use borders to show a user what a cell is meant to do. So here we've got a border to signify that this is a user input. It's where the user should type in a value. And in this simple example, these other cells are going to depend on that cell. And because these don't have a border around them, the user could see that they shouldn't touch these cells, but they should only enter values here. And so that's just a simplified example of how you can use borders. Another way is, let's say I wanted to separate these two sections. I might put a border around this whole thing to show that all user inputs on this worksheet are in this region, and anything outside of that region, the user shouldn't enter values in. So that's how borders can be used. Here's how you can enter them. You use this drop down here. So let's say we wanted to extend this top border. We might just go to the drop down and choose top border. And you can see that it's been put there. There's a range of options from bottom, top, left, right. You can remove them, add all borders, an outside border, and a thick outside border. A thick outside border is pretty useful. It looks like this. And that's more of a visual tool. So I always use the keyboard when I'm using borders because it's pretty easy. It's just the shortcut Alt H, B, and then you choose what you want. So I'm going to remove them with N. I can do top border with HBP, and you just have to memorize the ones that you use most regularly. So let's just take a look. Alt HB. The things I use the most are probably top border, so HBP and HBN, and then HBS for outside borders. There's another useful option here called more borders. So let me just select a few cells before I do this. Alt H, B, and then I'll use M for more borders. This allows you to select a style. Let's say I want to use the double line, and I just want to put that on the bottom. So you can choose to put it nowhere, just on the outside of all your cells, on the inside of all the selected cells, or any of these options here. But you just select it and then click where you want it. And if you want to remove it, you just unclick it. So here we've turned it on, and you'll see that they now have a double bottom border. So let's use HBN to remove these. And that's how you can use borders.